So let's say that maybe our X, I'm going to just put lumber first because they just listed it first. X would say units of lumber. And Y, Livy Lou said units of plywood. Okay. Then this profit equation is always going to be what we're plugging in our vertices for to figure out what's going to maximize and minimize profit and things for my company. So let's not worry about the money yet. Let's not worry about the money yet. I need to make 3 equations in this case with my info to create a system of inequalities, to create a region that we would shade in and find some vertices. Here we go, people. It says it can produce 600 units of product. What do you think one equation would be?
X plus Y equals 600.
Okay, he's so close. X plus Y is something to 600. If it can produce 600, would it be greater than 600, less than 600, or equal to? What do we think?
Less than or equal to. Greater than or equal to.
If it can produce, I would guess at most 600, we're going to say less than or equal to. Very good. Okay. All right. Guys, that's one equation. What about this one? I must produce 150 units of lumber. She's saying, well, lumber's X, and she said X is going to be greater than or equal to 150, right? Because it says it must produce 150. 150 is at the minimum. You're like, maybe they produce more, but they need at least 150. I dig it. What about my Y then? It says it must produce 225 units of plywood. Yeah, greater than or equal to 225. Let's go graph those 3, you guys. How would I graph my red one? Y is less than or equal to negative X plus 600. I hope, oh yeah, your graph came out better on this one. Good call. So we're going to go up 600, you guys. And my slope is -1. Can I just go down 1 over 1 on this graph? Yeah. I can because my axes match. They both went up by 50. So this would really be like down 50 over 50, which is still down 1 over 1. So you're right. We would just go down 1 over 1. Gabe, you had that equal sign with your arms. Were you just saying make sure it's or equal to and not dashed? You guys, where would we shade this one? Do you want me to shade red where blue is or where black is if it was Y is less than? Where blue is. We got to be less. So I might actually just do my little arrows again, remember? So I'm like shading less than. Got my cute little arrows going. Okay. How am I going to graph purple's equation? Vux. He said I got a vertical line. A vertical line where? 150. So I've got at 150 a nice vertical line. Solid line. And X is greater than that. Careful, vertical line.
I'm doing the other.
Oh, good for you. If we're greater than, we would go to the right. A horizontal line of 225. And this is not ideal, right? We're right in the middle of that square. Boop, boop. And greater than, I'm going to shade above. Where are they? All of these pointing? All of these are pointing to the middle of this cute little triangle. Boom. And what we got to think of is what are my vertices? What are my vertices going to be? Okay, you guys, oh yeah, what are my vertices? Oh, you know what, before we talk about those vertices, bless you, let's make our profit equation that we know what we'll plug those vertices into. Profit equals F of XY. And what's that profit going to be? We're making $30 for each lumber. So we would just say 30X plus how much are we making for each plywood? 45Y. That's my profit equation, guys. That's what we're going to plug our vertices into. And what do we say our vertices are? What's one vertice? 150, 450 is agreed, one of them. And then, Livy, you said 150, 225, agreed. And then we also have, what do you think this one is? It's Yep. It's right in the middle. 375, 225. 375, 225. And we'll use our calculators. Good thing Gabe went and got one. We're going to use our calculators and plug in 150 for our X and 450 for our Y. Okay, guys, did anyone else get 24,000? 24,750? Yeah. Thanks for that confirmation. Then 150, 225. Is that going to change things much? Let's go see. We're only making 14,000 with that one?
14,625.
Thanks, buddy. And then 225. And then if my X was 375. 21,000, anyone? Thanks, Al. So guys, what's our winner? They said how many units of each would maximize the profit? Yeah, so technically 150 units of what? Agreed, because it's the X, units of lumber, and 450 units of plywood. That's going to maximize.
And that makes sense because it was the highest point for China.
It does make sense, right?
Did we even need to do all this math to figure?
Oops. So on the back, it just says, I want you to know, there won't always be a nice intersection point, okay? So maybe different business models can't fit this strategy, and that's okay. Or look at this one. This kind of goes back to a homework one. Does this really have this? How many points of intersection, like vertices, would we have on that graph? We'd only have this one, right? So again, sometimes they don't lend them to this very well, but the ones I'm going to give you do. Let's do this one. Let's go make some bookcases and cabinets. Sound good?
Wait,
You guys, let's figure this out with bookcases and cabinets, shall we? So it says each bookcase. Whew. Well, first of all, you agree our two variables are going to be bookcases and cabinets, yeah? And maybe write a little small, okay? So X is going to be number of bookcases. And Y is going to be number of cabinets. Okay. Each bookcase requires 15 hours of woodworking, 15 hours of woodworking, 9 hours of finishing. The cabinets require 10 hours of woodworking and 4.5 hours of finishing. Then we got, let's start with that. Let's start with just the woodworking and finishing. Oh, wait, no, I didn't even read the rest of the problem. It says the profit. Okay, there are 70 hours available for woodworking, 36 hours available for finishing. So I tried to do, blue was all talking about woodworking. Red was talking about finishing. Could you make me a blue equation just about woodworking?
15x plus 10y equals 70.
15x plus 10y. And it's not going to be equal to 70 because we're going to need to shade these.
Or it's less than
Let's see.
70.
Yeah, because he says there are 70 hours available each week for woodworking. Maybe we don't need to use all 70, but there's 70 available. I can't use more, so that's perfect, Worcester. He's saying less than or equal to. Gotcha. How about red? How about for the finishing the products? What would be my red equation? 9 hours.
9x plus 4.5y.
Thanks, bud. And then it says there's 36 hours available for finishing. Do I need to use them all? No, but I have them available. So I'd say less than or equal to 36. Okay, let's start with those, you guys. Let's go get y by itself on the blue. Let's go get y by itself on blue. So we'd have 10y is less than or equal to negative 15x plus 70. And when we divide by 10, negative 15 over 10 would be negative blank over blank.
3 halves.
Yeah, negative 3 halves. X plus 70 over 10?
Plus 7.
Plus 7. I just wrote plus 10. Thank you, Worcester. Let's go graph just that one. Negative 3 halves x plus 7. Notice I didn't give you a scale on the graph, but I think it's going to be fine. We'll just go up by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And be really careful on this, you guys. We got to be accurate. Down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. And let's connect them. Let's go ready. Oh, wait, we didn't shade. Where should we shade? Blue. Less than. Under. So I'm going to just kind of draw some arrows that I'm going under. Red. 4.5y is less than or equal to negative 9x plus 36. Y is less than or equal to, what's negative 9 divided by 4.5? Negative 2. X plus, how many times is 4.5 going to go into 36? 8. Okay, so these lines are going to be really close to one another. But so we're going to start up 8, and before we just started up 7. So I'm going to start up 8, and then my slope is down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Do they intersect at a perfect point?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. And then if we're shading less than that, aren't I going to shade in the same direction? So, question, thank you. Question. Don't write what I'm about to do. If I just shaded where these both are less thans, would I shade from red or from blue up here? Where they both overlap. Isn't that blue? Don't do this yet. Don't do this yet. They would both be from blue. And then, where's their point of intersection? 2, 4. I agree with that. And then where would I start to shade? Under the red or the blue?
Red.
Yeah, then it's going to change. Okay. Question, though. Would I go forever in this direction? Because it didn't bound it. But should we have? Meaning, let's go back to the problem. X is the number of bookcases. Could I have negative bookcases? I can have negative bookcases. So do we need to make a third equation that says, oh, my X's need to be greater than or equal to 0? I can't have negative bookcases. So that's going to give me a vertical line at 0. And that's going to say shade to the right.
And then you have to do the same thing for X.
Do I have to do that the same thing for Y? Can I have negative cabinets? No, I cannot have negative cabinets, so I'm going to say my Y's have to be greater than or equal to 0 as well. That's kind of tricky because it's not really kind of said.
Do we have to write that out?
I would write those two out. That's a good question, Kate. I'd write them. And then now is when we can fill it in and we can say, okay, I got to start at 7, go to this point of intersection, follow the red. So I am looking at just this quadrilateral now. But just make sure you start as high as blue and you go then down as low as red down here. They got to switch. What's my profit equation going to be?
60X plus 40Y. Or wait.
F of xy equals 60x plus 41.
My profit is going to be F of XY equals, you said 60X because it's $60 per bookcase and $40 per cabinet. You guys, these are like IKEA prices, okay? Just letting you know. IKEA prices. And what are our vertices that we're going to plug into this profit equation? 2, 4, 0, 0, 0. What's, very good. And I think it's 4, 0.
Yeah.
We can do this in our head, people. What's 2 times 60? 120 plus 40 times 4. 40 times 4 is 160. Add them up. 280. Okay, a little profit. What if I make no bookcases and no cabinets? How much am I making? Nothing. How about if I only made 7 cabinets? 280 again. Interesting. What if I only made 4 bookcases? 240, because 6 times 4 is 240. Would you say this is a pretty good business model? Are there 2 different ways to maximize my profit?
Yeah.
I kind of like that it's not just set in stone that there's only one way to maximize my profit. If there was only one way, is it good for me to only sell cabinets? No, because some people might want some bookcases, you know what I'm saying? But we could say a max is... We could do either one of these. We could even just draw yourself an arrow just for time's sake, y'all. I'm okay with a max. And then obviously if I'm not doing anything, I'm not making any money, y'all.